Good evening, my cherished friends. Before you open your eyes this morning, before you reach for your phone, before the weight of yesterday's worries begins to press upon your chest, I want you to feel something, just for a moment. Feel the absence. Feel the space where your desire used to sit, heavy and unmanifest. Feel that familiar ache, that quiet desperation that has followed you through countless mornings. Now, I want to tell you something that will change everything. That ache you feel, that sense of something missing, is not evidence that your desire is absent. It is evidence that you are still believing in its absence. And that belief, my friends, is the only thing standing between you and the life you were meant to live. Before we go any further, I want to ask you something. If this message is reaching you right now, in this moment, would you honor your own awakening by leaving a comment below? Just a word, a thought, anything that tells me you are here, ready to receive. Your consciousness has drawn you to this teaching. And that simple act of engagement helps anchor this truth into your being. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do so now, because what we are building here is not a library of information. It is a sanctuary of transformation. Each time you return, you are not just listening, you are practicing the art of conscious creation. Now, let us begin. Most of you believe that manifestation is about doing something to make your desire appear. You have tried affirmations, vision boards, scripting, every technique under the sun. And still, you wake up in the same bed, checking the same bank account, living the same life. You have been told to raise your vibration, to feel good, to stay positive. But the harder you try, the more exhausted you become. And late at night, when the house is quiet and the masks come off, you whisper the question you are afraid to ask out loud. Why is this not working for me? I am going to tell you why. Not because you are doing it wrong, not because you lack faith, not because the universe has forgotten you, but because you have been taught to approach manifestation from the wrong end entirely. You have been taught to use your desire as fuel, to hold it out in front of you like a carrot, to feel the wanting of it as motivation. But wanting, my friends, is the confession that you do not have. And as long as you are confessing lack, lack is what you will continue to experience. The law does not respond to your efforts. It responds to your assumptions. It does not care how many times you affirm. It cares about what you assume to be true when you are not affirming. It does not care how hard you are trying. It cares about who you are being when you stop trying. And this is where everything falls apart for most people. They try so hard during their morning routine, during their meditation, during their visualization. But the moment they step into their day, they return to the old assumption. They return to the state of waiting, wanting, hoping, and the law, faithful as ever, continues to manifest waiting, wanting, hoping. Let me tell you about a woman who came to me after 3 years of trying to manifest a specific relationship. 3 years of affirmations, of visualizations, of feeling it real. 3 years of waking up alone. She was exhausted. She was angry. She told me she had done everything right, followed every teacher, practiced every technique, but nothing had changed. I asked her one question. When you finish your morning practice, when you walk into your kitchen and make your coffee, who are you? Are you the woman who has the love she desires? Or are you the woman who is still trying to get it? She went quiet, and in that silence, she saw it every single day. The moment her practice ended, she returned to the state of the single woman. She checked her phone, hoping for a text. She scrolled through profiles looking for him. She told her friends she was still waiting for the right person. Her morning practice was beautiful, but it was a performance. The rest of her day was her real assumption. And the law does not grade you on your best moment. It manifests from your consistent state. I told her to do something radical. I told her to stop practicing, stop affirming, stop visualizing. Instead, I told her to spend 7 days simply noticing every time she returned to the old assumption. Not to fight it, not to correct it, just to notice it, to catch herself in the act of being the woman who does not have what she desires. And then, without drama, without force, to gently redirect, not into a new affirmation, not into a new technique, into a new question. What would I be thinking right now if I already had this? What would I be feeling? What would I be doing within 10 days? She met someone, not through an app, not through effort, through a chance encounter that felt anything but chance. But here is what she told me that matters most. She said the meeting did not surprise her, because by day 6, she had stopped being the woman who was waiting. She had simply become the woman who knew love was hers. And when you know, truly know, the outer world has no choice but to conform. This is the mechanism of the law. Your outer world is not a random collection of events happening to you. It is a perfect mirror of your inner assumptions, not your desires, not your wishes, not your hopes, your assumptions, the things you take for granted about yourself, about your life, about what is possible for you. These assumptions are running quietly beneath your conscious awareness every single moment of every single day. And they are creating with absolute precision. Think of it this way. Your subconscious mind is like soil. It does not care what seed you plant. It does not judge whether the seed is good or bad, wanted or unwanted. It simply grows whatever you plant. And you, my friends, have been planting seeds of lack while praying for a harvest of abundance. You have been planting seeds of separation while praying for union. You have been planting seeds of unworthiness while praying for success. And then you wonder why the harvest does not match your prayers. The seed is not your desire. The seed is your assumption. And your assumption is revealed not by what you say you believe, but by what you expect to experience. If you desire wealth but expect struggle, struggle is what you will harvest. If you desire love but expect loneliness, loneliness is what you will harvest. The desire is irrelevant. The expectation is everything. So how do you change your expectation? Not by trying harder, not by forcing yourself to feel something you do not feel, but by understanding one simple truth. Your expectation follows your identity. Who you believe yourself to be determines what you expect to experience. And who you believe yourself to be is not fixed. It is chosen. Every single morning, every single moment, you are choosing who you are through the assumption you accept as true. Most people wake up and immediately begin rehearsing who they were yesterday. They think the same thoughts, feel the same feelings, speak the same words. They check their bank account and confirm they are still the person who does not have enough. They look in the mirror and confirm they are still the person who is not attractive enough. They go to work and confirm they are still the person who is undervalued. And in doing so, they recreate the same life they have been living, not because it is their destiny, but because it is their assumption. But you are here because something in you knows there is another way. Something in you remembers that you are not the accumulation of your past. You are the awareness that can choose differently right now. And this choice, this simple shift in assumption, is the most powerful thing you will ever do. Because when you choose a new assumption about yourself, when you accept it as true regardless of what the mirror shows or what the bank account says, you activate a force that rearranges reality itself. Let me give you a practice, not a technique to get something, but a practice to become someone. For the next 7 days, I want you to do this. The moment you wake up, Before you check anything, before you do anything, I want you to ask yourself one question. Who am I choosing to be today? Not who was I yesterday. Not who does my current circumstance say I am. But who am I choosing to be right now? In this moment, regardless of any evidence to the contrary. And then I want you to answer that question from your desire, not from your current reality. If you desire wealth, the answer is, I am choosing to be the person for whom money flows easily. If you desire love, the answer is, I am choosing to be the person who is deeply loved. If you desire health, the answer is, I am choosing to be the person whose body is strong and vital. Do not say, I am trying to be. Do not say, I will be. Say, I am choosing to be. Present tense. Definite. Chosen. And here is the key. After you say it, do not try to feel it. Do not try to manufacture an emotion. Simply allow the statement to sit in your awareness. Let it be there, like a guest you have invited into your home. Do not interrogate it. Do not demand proof from it. Just let it be. And then, throughout your day, every time you catch yourself returning to the old assumption, the old identity, the old story, gently bring yourself back to the question, who am I choosing to be right now? You will be shocked at how often you return to the old state. You will be shocked at how automatic it is, how unconscious. This is not a failure. This is awareness. And awareness is the beginning of change. Every time you catch yourself, you are breaking the pattern. Every time you redirect, you are building a new pattern. And by day 3, something will shift. You will notice that the old assumption does not grip you the way it used to. You will notice that the new assumption begins to feel more natural, more true. And by day 7, you will start to see evidence in your outer world. Small things at first, a conversation, an opportunity, a shift in how people respond to you. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. The law is already responding to your new assumption. But here is what most people do wrong at this point. They see the small evidence and they get excited. They think, it is working. I need to do more. And they go back to trying, to efforting, to forcing. And in doing so, they leave the state. They return to being the person who is trying to get rather than the person who already has. And the manifestation stalls. Do not do this. When you see evidence, no matter how small, do not celebrate it as if it is surprising. Receive it as if it is natural. Because it is. When you are the person who has wealth, money comes. It is not a miracle. It is a law. When you are the person who is loved, love comes. It is not luck. It is law. The state of naturalness is everything. Naturalness means you are no longer thinking about your desire. You are no longer checking for it, waiting for it, hoping for it. You are simply being the person for whom it is normal. And when it is normal, it must appear, not because you deserve it, not because you worked hard, but because the law is faithful. What you assume, you must experience. Let me tell you about a man who came to me about money. He had been trying to manifest financial abundance for 2 years. He had done everything. Affirmations, subliminals, visualizations. He could describe his desired bank balance down to the penny. But the money never came. I asked him to show me his wallet. He pulled it out. It was old, worn, held together with tape. I asked him why he carried a wallet like that. He said, because I cannot afford a new one yet. Do you see it? His assumption was, I cannot afford. And that assumption was living in his wallet, in his words, in his daily experience. He was trying to manifest abundance while assuming poverty. I told him to buy a new wallet that day. Not an expensive one, just a clean, nice wallet. The kind of wallet a person who has money would carry. He resisted. He said it felt fake, like he was pretending. I said, "You are already pretending. You are pretending to be someone who does not have money. Why not pretend to be someone who does?" He bought the wallet. And I told him, every time you reach for it, remember who you are. You are not the man who cannot afford. You are the man for whom money is natural. 3 weeks later, he received an unexpected contract worth more than he had made in the previous 6 months. He called me stunned. I told him, it is not the wallet. It is the assumption the wallet helped you accept. You stopped being the man who cannot afford. You became the man for whom provision is normal. And the law responded. This is what I mean by naturalness. It is not about faking it. It is about finding the small ways, the everyday ways, to embody the assumption, to live as if, not as a performance for the universe, but as a truth for yourself, because the moment it becomes true for you, it must become true in your world. Now, some of you are thinking, but I have tried to feel it real and nothing happened. Let me be very clear. Feeling it real is not about forcing an emotion. It is not about working yourself into an excited state. It is about acceptance. It is about quietly, calmly accepting the truth of your assumption regardless of what you see. Excitement is not faith. Desperation is not faith. Calm knowing is faith. Think about something you already have. Think about your name. Do you feel excited about your name? Do you need to affirm your name every morning? No. Because you accept it. It is a settled fact. This is the feeling you are looking for with your desire. Not excitement, not longing, settled acceptance. And when you reach that place, when your desire feels as certain as your name, it is done. The outer world will rearrange itself to match. I want to give you one more practice for these 7 days. At night, before you sleep, I want you to do a simple review, not of your day, but of your state. Ask yourself, how many times today did I return to the old assumption? How many times did I catch myself and redirect? Do not judge yourself. Do not feel guilty. Simply observe. And then, gently, remind yourself, tomorrow I will catch it sooner. Tomorrow I will redirect faster. Tomorrow I will stay in the state longer. This is not about perfection. This is about direction. Every day you are either moving toward the old state or toward the new state. And the more you choose the new state, the more natural it becomes. Until one day, and this day will come, you will realize you are no longer trying to be the person who has your desire. You simply are that person. And when you are, the having is inevitable. So let me leave you with this. Your desire is not out there somewhere waiting for you to earn it, to deserve it, to finally be good enough for it. Your desire is in here, in consciousness, waiting for you to accept it, waiting for you to stop trying to get it and start being the person who has it. The moment you make that shift, the moment you choose the new assumption and rest in it with calm certainty, the law goes to work. Not because you forced it, not because you did everything right, but because the law is faithful. It has no choice but to manifest what you assume to be true. Walk out of here today knowing this. You are not the person you were yesterday. You are not defined by your past, by your current circumstances, by what anyone has told you is possible. You are pure consciousness, and consciousness can assume anything. So assume the state of the wish fulfilled, not tomorrow, not when conditions change. No, choose it now, accept it now, and watch as your world, faithful servant that it is, begins to reflect back to you the truth you have chosen to embody. Until we meet again in consciousness, rest in this knowing. The law is working. It has always been working. And now that you understand how it works, you will never again be its victim. You will be its master. And that, my beloved friends, is the only truth worth living. The lesson you must take from this teaching is simple yet profound. Stop trying to manifest from wanting. Start manifesting from being. Your entire life will change the moment you realize that the law does not respond to your desires. It responds to your assumptions. And your assumptions are not what you say you believe. They are what you expect to experience when you are not thinking about it. Change your assumption. Change your experience. This is the law. This is the path. This is the truth that will set you free.